Hey traders, what's happening? Jamie Saettele here. It is July 8th, 2020, and we are going to look at pound. We've been looking at pound a lot lately in these videos, and if you've been watching them, you know that I've been pretty constructive or bullish on British pounds, and now is a pretty good time to take a peek and see where we are and what may happen from here. So the thing that I want to point out from immediate concern, I should add, is that price tagged 2020 volume weighted average price today. So that is simply VWAP for the year. Okay, that's this thick line here. You can see that, at times it's been, provided resistance for a reaction of sorts. So we do have potential from here to pull back. In other words, it wouldn't be, what I like to say is, look, you never know what's going to happen, but when you have well-defined levels like this, like VWAP or say a horizontal level like over here, right? It wouldn't be random if we pulled back. So I want to show kind of two interpretations, two technical interpretations for cable from here. So we've got an Elliot interpretation, all right, in which you've got a 5-wave rally, which is complete or very nearly complete. And the 5th wave would actually be considered a diagonal, more than likely. Not necessarily, actually, because it does not overlap on hourly closes, which is actually how Elliot himself suggested counting waves. So we have potential for a fairly deep pullback here if that were to happen. If this interpretation is correct, and if that were to happen, you'd be looking at support probably around 2460. I've got, circled levels here, all the kind of key levels around 2460. Keep an eye on the 200-hour average. It seems to work pretty well as a trend filter slash support resistance at times in cable and many markets for that matter. Also, and I'm not showing it here, but that area also includes volume weighted average price from the June high and the June low. All right. So that's one possibility. Another possibility, and this would be more of just a, simple classic chartist interpretation, if you will, is again that we maybe pause a bit here and pull back, but the pullback is going to be pretty shallow, and you'd be looking at maybe 25, 65, 75 for support. All right. Now, 25.75, which is this magenta line here, that is a high volume level from yesterday, and I, find high volume levels to be extremely useful, and kind of as a reference point. And oftentimes they do provide precise support and resistance. So under this interpretation, you had a breakout from head and shoulders bottom with a very shallow right shoulder, which means this is a very powerful bullish pattern. And we'd be looking for the target actually of this, the objective would actually be 128.08, which happens to be 5 pips from the June high anyway. So there are two interpretations. The first being a bigger pullback, maybe to 2460 or so, and the second being this one that I just went over, which is much more immediately bullish. I don't have an exceptionally strong view on which one to follow or expect, and I don't think you should either. Simply pay attention to this level here, right? This is the first spot. So, if we were to pull back and, get a reaction at 25, 75, or 65 or whatever, right, then you would simply be able to go long with a tight stop. What I mean by reaction is going to be different for everybody. Maybe you're trying to enter on a 10-minute bar. I don't know. Maybe it's a 30-minute bar. Maybe it's an hourly bar, right? But, the market pulls back, bounces to show support. You can go long with a tight stop, right? A lot of times I will put orders in ahead of time. In this case, I'm not going to because, again, we did hit that big level, 2020 volume weighted average price. as well as this low here, right? Just a well-defined horizontal level. So, you know, cable, the way it trades, it can turn pretty quick. So if we do, you know, slice through this, you'd be just caught holding the bag without any real reason to be long. All right, so that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and take care. Good luck.